Hey guys, welcome to the Sciencer. Happy sciencing. It's my first video. I'm very happy. I've got my notes ready, and thank you very much for watching, of course. And now here I'm going to talk about a very basic topic of the science, or I must say a very basic topic of the physics. That is the vectors. Oh yes, the vectors. And please mark my words. These are vectorial physics, and not vectorial maths. Vectorial maths is quite much deep. The physics vectorial is quite simple and just used to have some fucking physics calculations for the mechanics, rotation, and what fucking not. So going at our very first video and very first topic of the vectors, I've got my notes ready for you. Very first fucking formula comes is the resultant vector. Now let me tell you what is a resultant vector. If this is a bar, of course you know what's the vector. If b bar, it is the b bar's tail, and this is the b bar's head, and a bar is starting right here and is ending right here and form the two sides of the triangle. Then the vector starting from this point and coming to this point is called as the resultant vector. That is, we must say c bar. And let me tell you another example or another definition of the resultant vector. See. Oh fuck you. So it's another vector a bar, and it's a vector b bar. These are the two vectors. Just imagine, dude. These are the two vectors. Now let me just displace the vector. As you know, by law you can displace any vector in the same plane and the direction should be same. So I'm displacing this vector right here and this vector right here. So what does it form? It forms I'm sorry, I'm not quite accurate, but it forms a parallelogram. Okay, so the diagonals of the parallelogram are its resultants. This is called as the polygon law, of course. So diagonals of the parallelogram are the resultant vector. So this is the resultant vector, which is simply here. It is explained. These are the two sides of the parallelogram. This vector we can take here like this or something, and this vector we can take here like this or something. Then this thing is the resultant vector. Okay, and now the magnitude of the resultant vector. You know what's the magnitude? Of course, the measurement of the resultant vector under root of a square of course, this vector, plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Theta is the direction, or theta is the angle made by the two vectors. Alright, this is actually the magnitude of the resultant vector. And now what is alpha? Now let's say there are two vectors again. Okay, let's take this example, of course. This is a bar and this is b bar. This is the magnitude of the vectors, and the angle made by the resultant vector with a simple b bar vector, this can be called as alpha. If it is made by b bar, then tan alpha b sin theta upon a plus b cos theta. If it's made by resultant and a bar, then a sin alpha upon b plus a cos theta. Friends, you have to remember the formula. This is how the world works. Oh yes. So now getting on to our next topic. If point C divides AB in ratio of m is to n. Oh yeah, one more fucking formula. Fuck you. So a bar, b bar, and this is c bar, which is dividing these two vectors in m and n. This part is m and this part is n. Then what is c bar? C bar is m b bar plus n a bar upon m plus n. This must be the section formula, right? You have learned in coordinate geometry or something. Yes, it is. I'll come back to that, but just you have to remember it. M times b bar plus n times a bar upon m plus b gives us the c bar. Okay, alright. Now let us see what this. Now let P be the point x1, y1, z1 in any Cartesian space, and Q be the point x2, y2, z2 in any of these space. X is the x component, y1 is y component, and z1, z2 are the z components. Of course, you know, x can be determined in I cap. Any vector, let me tell you if you don't know, any vector a bar can be determined in, what do we say, in x, y and z axes as x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. where I cap is the unit vector directed along the x-axis. Alright, let me tell you. This is the z-axis. There are two axes, x-axis, y-axis, and the z-axis. X is the x component of the vector, y is the y component, and z is the z component. And I cap unit vector along x, j unit vector along y, k unit vector along z. So let P be any of the point in x1, y1, z1, and then Q be any point. Then P, Q bar, we can just make any of the points. Let this be Q, let this be P, let this be Q. Join these things, it becomes a vector. Then what would be this vector, PQ bar? This PQ bar would be under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. You must have learned this in coordinate geometry, of course, like we must say distance formula. Alright. So now any vector's unit vector, where cap denotes the unit vector, that is just has a direction and has magnitude as 1. How to make any vector's unit vector is just take that vector xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap upon its magnitude. You must get the unit vector. Oh, sorry, you will. Now getting down next, if any vector AB bar, where A is equals to AI cap, A1I cap plus A2J cap plus A3K cap, very basic thing, makes angle alpha, beta, gamma with X and Y and Z axis respectively. Okay, I'm sorry I forgot to write this. If any vector makes alpha, beta, gamma with x, y and z axis, then remember the formula. Of course, cos of alpha is equals to a1 upon magnitude of a. Magnitude of a should be common. What will be magnitude of a? Magnitude of a would be under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus a3 square. This would be the magnitude vector. And so cos alpha would be a1 upon mod of a. Cos of beta means if you want to find just angles, then you can simply find alpha equals to cos inverse of this, beta equals to cos inverse of this, and cos of gamma is equal to cos inverse of fucking this all. So cos alpha, a1 upon mod of a, a1 is the x component. Cos of beta is equals to a2 upon mod of a, a2 is the y component. Cos of gamma, z axis, a3 upon mod of a, a3 is z component. And remember another useful formula. I don't think it would be useful or something, but in competitive exams it could prove useful to you. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equals to 1. Cos of alpha, cos beta, solving. So guys, let's get on to our next page. Dot product. Alright. What is dot product? A bar dot B bar. A bar dot B bar, if there to be any vectors, then I will comment it very deeply in the maths vectors. But for physics, we must say you can get any examples in the physics, like we must say that work is equals to F bar dot S bar. This is actually work, the formula of work in kinematics, or we can say in mechanics, the formula of work. For that you must know what is dot product. If A bar dot B bar be any two vectors, then A bar dot B bar equals to AB cos theta. AB are the vectors, mod of vectors, AB into cos theta. Theta is the angle made by the vectors. And A bar dot B bar is equal to 0 if cos theta 90, which is so fucking basic. And remember one thing, okay. I cap dot I cap. I cap are the unit vector directed along the x-axis. So if the direction is same, then the dot product is 1. Because cos of 0, direction is same, angle is 0. So cos of 0, 1. So any other I cap dot J cap or any other equals to 0, because all make 90 degree and cos of 90 equals to 0. And now we know cos of theta. Okay, A bar dot B bar is equals to AB cos theta. We can just rearrange to find out the angle between the two vectors. Alright, and now theta would be the angle between the two vectors. And now we have to just simplify, or we have to just expand this formula, like if theta is equal to cos inverse of A bar dot B bar upon AB, theta is equals to cos inverse of AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ upon under root of AX square plus AY square plus AZ square into under root of BX square plus BY square plus BZ square. Now provided, now here let me tell you, a bar dot b bar is equals to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz is the formula for the dot product. Another formula for the dot product, remember this my friends, I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, but a bar dot b bar equals to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz, and theta is equal to cos inverse of a bar dot b bar, that is this whole fucking thing, under root of ax square plus ay square plus az square into under root of bx square plus by square plus bz square. These are the actually magnitudes. So now let us now dot product is actually complete right now for the physics point of view, and for the same is the cross product. Okay, so for the cross product we can say that a bar dot b bar is the cross product of the two vectors, is equals to mod of a into mod of b into sine theta. What did we see in the cross product dot product? A bar dot b bar equals to ab cos theta, and in what we say cross product, a bar dot b bar is equals to ab sine theta, or ab sine theta, no, n can be any unit vector, that doesn't matter actually in physics. And dot or cross product, just we can say it depicts the area of the parallelogram. Yes, let this be a bar and let this be b bar. This forms the two sides of the parallelogram. This would be third side, this would be fourth side. So the area of parallelogram, the whole area can be depicted by a bar dot b bar, and area of parallelogram I cap cross I cap is equal to j cap cross j cap is equal to k cap cross k cap is equal to 0. Here in the dot product equals to 1, and in the cross product equal to 0, and if the two vectors are parallel then the cross product is 0. Or we can also say ax upon bx is equals to ay upon by is equal to az upon bz is equal to 0. Let me tell you another trick to find the cross product of the two vectors. If there is a two vector, that is a bar depicted by ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, and b bar is equals to bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap, then their cross product is, of course, do you know how to find determinants, right? So this whole is the game of determinants: I cap, j cap, k cap, ax, ay, az, bx, by, bz. This is equals to a bar cross b bar. So alright guys, we have completed our video. It is my very first video, so please tell me what should I improve, because I want to improve. Actually, even I am an aspirant and I know the information about various topics. So please guys, tell me what should I improve. Please comment below what should I improve, so that I can do that in my next video or next video, because I'm gonna upload my next video after some time right now. So please guys, tell me what should I improve, and please, if you like the video, if you find this video informative, then please subscribe my video and like this, and please comment if you have any doubts. I'll definitely try to solve them. Thank you guys, see you later. Happy sciencing.